This video, I want to explain why always going back to a calorie deficit to try to speed up your results could actually be slowing things down, especially if you want to go through the body recomposition process, that is losing body fat and building muscle at the same time. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. So it's important to specify that this video is for you if you are what I would call skinny fat, meaning you don't really need to lose weight, but you do want to lose body fat. If you are not in that category, this video doesn't apply to you. Now, the skinny fat situation is a different situation to weight loss, right? You want to target fat loss, you don't need to lose weight, or maybe you need to lose a little bit, but no more than 5 kilograms, right? 10 pounds or so. The main priority for you though is fat loss, and you either know it or you don't, but most of you really need to focus on building muscle. And if you focus on that, then you will lose fat as a result and get to your leanest, best looking and feeling body. Now, obviously this is a general video as well, but most of you are not eating enough food and you are trying to sabotage your progress really by always going back to a calorie deficit. And part of that is the conditioning that surrounds us that especially women should really eat as little as possible. Most of your friends and family are probably always on diets and trying to watch their food intake. That's not healthy, right? And if you're looking at food thinking this is fattening, or I can't eat this because it's going to make me gain fat, or if you are trying to aim for a calorie target and you're scared of going over because you think it's going to make you fat, that's not healthy either. You need to start shifting out of that, and I know it takes a lot of work. I have done it myself. I completely understand, especially coming from an eating disorder background, but there's no real point having your dream looking body if you're still worrying about food and scared to eat, or if you do overeat, you feel guilty about it. Now, I was checking in with one of my clients over the weekend and she is going through that body recomposition process. She's at the start of it and we are slowly building her calories up. And I noticed with her data, she still wasn't really hitting the calorie target I had given her, which was 1700. Still not that high, right? But I like to build things up slowly and you have to do it when the body is ready for it. I also align it with your training volume. And that way you're going to still be able to lose fat even though you're eating more, and you're not going to gain fat. And when I asked her about it, why she wasn't kind of hitting that target, there were a few reasons for that, but one of them was the fact she was struggling with the fact that she could eat that much food as a petite woman. And what you have to understand is 1700 calories isn't that much food. Anyone you see in the fitness space that has the body that you desire, or not anyone, but most of the people you see in the gym that have the body you desire have got that body eating over 2000 calories, even if you are a small female. Now, obviously there are exceptions to this, but we have to stop thinking that less than 2000 calories is a lot of food, because it's not. And if you're someone that's always trying to eat less than say 1800 calories, it's like, how are you actually getting the nutrients in your body to support your health? This comes back to far more than just fat loss and muscle gain, right? Now, it is very normal to say get given a calorie target and think, okay, that's fine, I'll hit that target, I trust this person, I'm going to do what they say, and then keep going back to those thoughts of, oh, but if I just eat a little bit less, it might happen faster. That is almost guaranteed to happen, and that's why I pulled this client up, right? Because I knew that that's probably what she was thinking, that, you know, she would be doing herself favors by eating a little bit less or not quite hitting that target. And in actual fact though, that slows you down, because if you are not adapting to those higher calories, then it's just going to take you longer to adapt to them, and you're gonna have to get to those calories eventually, and you're probably going to have to get even higher than 1700 calories, for example. If you actually need a deficit, then yes, creating a bigger deficit and cutting yourself short a bit is going to help speed things up. You have to keep coming back to the fact that body recomposition is different. You don't need to eat in a set deficit. You will create a deficit through your training intensity. And if you can keep building your calories up higher and higher and still lose fat and build muscle, you should. You also have to remember that this process is a journey. it's very likely that you might recomp for a while, but then you're going to have to actually go into a proper building phase, then another cutting phase to end up with the body that you really desire. And until you do that, you're probably going to be disappointed with the results that you're getting. Even though you might be making some progress, you're not going to be where you think you should be. So you have to have that long-term outlook. Eventually, you're going to need to build your calories up. The faster you can hit them, the faster your progress is going to go, really. And what building up your calories is going to allow you to do is put you in a position to lose weight and lose fat at a higher calorie target. One of my other clients is finishing her fat loss phase now, and she's been with me for a while. She went through body recomposition to start. Then we built her calories up to almost 3,000 calories a day. And then as a result, she was cutting on over 2,000 calories, so losing weight on over 2,000 calories for most of her cut. And then it's only been recently that we've dropped them lower to 1,900, and then we're finished on 1,700. And that is where she's finishing her cut. She got to her goal weight on 1,700 calories because she built them up and because she wasn't in that rush, let's do things as fast as possible mindset. And I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, I'm willing to take my time. I know I need to be patient, but then you keep sabotaging yourself by going back to as little food as possible. And when you feel what it feels like to actually be maintaining your weight on more food, you're going to think 1,700 calories is not enough food, because it is actually a very small amount of food when you get used to eating over 2,000 calories a day. So be prepared for this, right? You have to have some kind of strategy in place, not just to lose fat and build muscle. You have to have a strategy in place to overcome your limiting beliefs in your head, because they will keep coming up. Your brain wants to keep you the same. And until you really overcome them, you're always going to be either stuck chasing the same thing, or you might get to where you want to be, but you're not going to freely be there because you're still going to have all these fears in your head. And so even when you get there, you're not really going to be happy. That's where trusting the process comes into play as well. If you can't trust yourself to do what you need to do, you need to get someone else to tell you what to do, someone else that you trust, and then get them to hold you accountable to doing it. And when you start falling off, when you start going back to those old behaviors, that's when they'll be there to pull you in line and remind you of what is actually true. And the more you repeat that and the more you take action aligned with your new beliefs, that's how you're going to really ingrain them and then see that, okay, this doesn't actually cause me to gain fat. It's actually causing me to get a better body than what I've ever had before. And that's when you truly change for good. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you liked it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And if that's the case, I will see you in the next video.